Alright, so we're going to take a look at the leg just to get going and to keep things a little bit simple. I want to get out of this X-ray mode. What was the shortcut for X-ray mode real quick? Alt-X. Alright, so we can toggle that on and off so you can be able to see through your character or see like those hard surfaces on the outside. Okay, couple things here, like I have some polygons already subdivided across the bottom of the character down here. But I don't know that I have like one of those good polygons in here to be able to push a leg out with. Alright, so just look up on the screen here for a second. So kind of the same way that we had to cut the hand up to be able to make room for two fingers, we have to cut up some polygons down here just so that you have something to be able to push that leg out from. Okay, so I think that was something that might not have been the most clear or easiest thing for people to understand when we first started this. So what I do want you to do is I just kind of want you to think about the points that you have to be able to work with down in here. Alright, so if you look at the underside of your character, I do have, I guess I got like 2 points kind of in here that might work. Just a little bit. Maybe we can move this whole group just over a little bit. And I'm going to scale them down on the X and Z just to get them closer to each other. And maybe we'll scale these down just a little bit, just on the Y, just a little bit tighter here. Anyway, so if you look at like this set of points, this is going to correspond with like the upper right side of the leg, but we really should kind of cut this set of polygons down here a little bit. Okay, so looking at the bottom of the character, we got to do that same kind of thing that we did with you know, that hand area. So go back to just a solid mode, and I'm using points, and I'm going to use the cut tool. Alright, so basically what we want to do is we want to cut this polygon in half. Alright, but when we do that, we make a 5-sided figure over here and a 5-sided figure down here. So that kind of breaks all the rules. So we want tris and quads. Alright, so you have to do a little bit of math and kind of figure out how to put that back together, and now you have, if we turn off the cut tool, a quad, a tri, a quad, and a tri. So it does work. Probably not the best, but we at least have like something that can be extruded out to make a leg. We didn't break our rules. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that on as a lock function. I'm going to go over here to like the front view, and now you can use your bevel tool one more time. And you're just going to move, scale, rotate polygons as they come out. Try to keep them perpendicular to the direction that you're pushing them. One other little item, and this is specific to just the leg. Alright, if you look at the artwork here, from the front your character kind of is standing in like a ducky position, like their legs are facing out, east-west. Alright, and then if you go to the front view, or sorry, you go to the side view, you look at this, like the character definitely has a heel, and he definitely has like a very long front of the leg, like a toe. Alright, so in my mind that doesn't really sit right, like that doesn't reconcile. So you have a foot that from one direction looks like it's positioned a certain way, and then from a different direction looks like it's positioned a certain way. So you kind of have to make a decision at this point whether you want to have like this weird, awkward looking foot that's going to be really wide from the front and long from the side, or if their foot's going to just be facing forward, or if their foot's going to be facing like east-west. Alright, so one of those things you kind of have to make a decision on. Personally, I think it looks a little bit better when he has like feet that look more humanoid. So I'm going to kind of go in the direction of what the artwork looks like from the side, and I'm going to kind of just ignore this extra little piece of the foot that's hanging off from the front. Alright, so that's the way I'm going with it. You can do your own thing. Alright, it's up to you. So at this point, I'm just going to extrude that out just a little bit more. So we'll go back here, we'll pick that polygon, and maybe maybe I'll just kind of extrude them out a couple times and then move some points later. Alright, so this seems to work pretty well. So what we can do is we can just move points around at this point. I would make sure to give your character a knee, so the same way that I was asking you to include like an elbow, try to give your character a little bit of a knee. So you can do like the top of the foot. Try to do like a set of edges down here right around the knee so his leg can bend a little bit. I'm going to go over to the front view here, and what I'm going to do is take now like that front polygon and kind of push that out to get the foot. So let's go ahead and lock that and start to bevel that out. Then we can move some points around. The other thing, I'd kind of like him to be a little bit more flat-footed. Seems like his foot kind of sags a little bit. Maybe we'll give him a little bit of a kneecap here too. And then once again, like previewing what you built in Turbo Smooth, just to kind of check it, isn't a bad option either. Use that little toggle end result. You get to play with that a little bit before you commit to anything. Alright, that's it. So you only have to build one leg. Alright, I'm going to duck out of Turbo Smooth mode, aka just like delete it from the stack here one time. And if you look at what we built, we have like one leg that's kind of on just like one half of the character. That same mirror plane that we set up from mirroring the arms over is established already. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick points on the right side of my character, delete them. So basically we just kind of did the same exact thing we did from last time. So check it out, you got half your character here. And you can mirror that over the same way you did before, which really only takes about 30 seconds after you get good at it. So it doesn't take much time. Just hit copy, I'll upset it back to where it goes, convert the whole thing to an editable poly, select that group of points in the middle, and pay attention to your weld solution. Alright, you should have something that looks pretty good, and you can come back in at this point. You can turn Turbo Smooth on. This should be pretty much like your final character, just about. If you want to come back in at this point and just tweak anything, like I'm looking at my character's hands, kind of in here it looks a little bit jacked up, so I might work on that just a little bit. For the most part, I think I got the guy. Alright, we're going to do the head totally separate. So at this point, this is kind of what I'm looking for. Put the due date on this, like for the leg and like the entire character body, like maybe tomorrow-ish. Alright, just so you have some time to work on it, and if you need any extra time or you want to start over,